Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. Welcome to another episode of the Council of Six, a weekly Dungeons & Dragons campaign fraught with all the drama and peril that will take your breath and steal your mind. My name is Jay Longaro, your DM for the night, and on this campaign we will be using Tyranny of Dragons, which tells an epic story across two adventures of which Hoard the Dragon Queen is the first. Unlike our other streams, we won't be commenting on your comments while we are in play as to remain immersed in the story, but please still engage and comment as we go along. During the breaks, we will go through the comments and interact with you all, because at the end of the day, we are presenting this for your enjoyment. But without any further ado, are you ready to leave all that's real behind? Because there's something breaking at the brick of every wall that's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you want to go to the Council of Six?
We're back.
Joined by Seth Rogen.
And a bottle of Martinelli.
Our new sponsor.
I think when you drink it, though, you need to put your thumb at the bottom of the bottle to drink it like that. Have you ever seen a pouring with the champagne? How they're actually supposed to pour it from? Am I the only one that knows this?
Do I look classy enough to know that?
He's from Minnesota.
I mean, have you ever noticed at the bottom of a champagne bottle, it's got that big divot?
I didn't know that was for a thumb.
Hold on. I got this, guys. I got this.
If you ever look at fancy restaurants, the way they pour it is they hold the bottle like this. They put their thumb in that divot, and then they go like this.
Okay, hold on. This is gonna be tricky to do.
I have not been to a fancy enough restaurant, apparently.
Yeah, neither have I.
I've been.
You just gotta watch cheap movies, and you'll see it. You don't have to go to the fancy restaurant. But yeah,
Yes, I'm not.
But we're
watching
back.
the right movies.
After a very long hiatus, we have returned for a little more D&D. So let's, I guess we could recap. Where did we leave off? So you guys were in Waterdeep last time on this Console 6. Hoard the Dragon Queen. The group was in Waterdeep after some shenanigans with gladiatorial arenas and competitions, and this they meet Kismet, and then Thanik decides to camp out in front of the orders
with Thanik.
place.
Yes,
And then they have a meeting.
Let's keep this going month by month. Just a constant reminder. Thanik got fucked on. Thank you. Thank you. It's not
They have a meeting with the
breaking
order
anymore.
that they're supposed to catch up with, and they find out that Kismet is actually going to be joining their group. They got here because they were teleported here unexpectedly from Sycomber, so they got here ahead of the caravan of the cult. So they have to wait here for the next few days, waiting for them to arrive. And as we start this session, those couple days have passed, and the cult has been spotted coming in. So early on this morning of the 8th of Marpenoth, you are summoned to the orders hall, meeting hall, to speak of the events that are occurring. So you guys are at your hotel and you're being called to come to the meeting hall. Do you want to go there directly, or is there any shenanigans you guys want to talk about before you get there?
Okay, Thanik, I'm just confused. Why don't you just use one hand with this giant axe if you're as big as you are?
Because I don't usually need it. You've been in enough battles with me to know I'm typically very hard to hit. I think everybody is asking me to please drop my samurai subclass, for I have lost my honor, and if you could do it slightly less passive-aggressively, that would be wonderful.
See, it's so hard to hit you, but throw a pebble at his chest plate again. Okay, that's all I've got, guys. I got my bull. I've only got so much bullshit.
I'm trying to load up Hoard, so I'm going to hop out of here and then join back up once it's loaded.
Oh, you got a mouse, if you remember that.
I do. I'm fully capable.
And
He remembers nothing now.
He'll be back. But I guess I would say the rest of you, as you awaken this morning, you notice Mel looks a little brighter.
A little more caddish.
You mean he's not a
more
twink
like
anymore?
a cad?
Yeah,
he shaved his goatee is what happened.
Shaved his goatee.
You look different in the 5 minutes I've known you.
First, we've known each other for 2 days.
It's been 2 days now.
Yes.
I
2 days have passed.
disassociated for like 5 seconds. I missed the whole thing.
Yeah, you didn't miss much. I've mainly been throwing rocks at you guys.
Yes, we fast forwarded
In 2
the
days,
3 days
okay.
or so to when the cult arrived in Waterdeep. So they have just arrived.
That makes more sense.
2 days later.
2 days later. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, we had all that interesting backstory developments with us talking to each other and stuff last time.
Oh, yeah. Well,
And you insulted him quite a lot.
Who?
I don't know if you were
Mal.
insulting Mal or Bryce at one point. I remember that.
I remember some slight emasculation occurring.
I think it was a. And do you have a personality besides that?
What makes you think that, guys?
It was a valid question.
It really was.
It was a valid question.
But also,
And it's like, oh, God, someone saw through my clearly obvious display.
What do you mean my mask is translucent?
What do you mean this mask you can see the straps? I've made it obvious, but still.
yeah. So let's go to the fortress for the Order of the Gauntlet.
Well, do we want to
Oh,
wait
we
for
should
Dylan to
wait
get
for
back?
Dylan. Never
Yeah.
mind. Fine.
Wait,
Well,
do I
I'll
have
do this.
my
I'll
blow
I'll bring
dart?
you in there. You guys are walking into. No, not yet. I won't do it yet. I go wait for Dylan again.
I have my blow darts now, right?
Yeah, you
Yes.
got your blow
Yes, the poisoned ones.
While waiting. Flashback noises. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Never mind.
Never mind.
It's like we were.
Oh, Fennec, there you are.
We
Oh,
remember in a moment, and Fennec's head
that's not
pops out.
fucking sus at all.
I was kind of a roleplay moment with Stevie, but then you showed back up.
Well, go have your roleplay moment.
No, you're no point now. You're here.
Nope.
It was the shit talk thing.
To preface it, Mickey said, "Oh well, I guess we can go to the meeting." I'm like, "Oh no, let's wait for Dylan." She's like, "Oh yeah, that's right. Let's wait for Dylan."
Fine.
And then Sophie was about to start, and then you showed up.
And then you showed back up.
You're here. Let's go.
Okay, so you guys are heading over to the Order to Gauntlet's meeting hall. You are ushered in and brought into the meeting hall, and Erlosa is sitting at the head of the table as you guys come on in, and he ushers you in. There's refreshments on the table, and it tells you guys to please have a seat.
I can't see anything other than the other party members.
I sit. I think that's all.
Huh?
Oh God, no! I see so much more now. That's not what I expected him to look like.
I don't see anything.
Refresh.
You should. Everyone's in here. Refresh.
Yeah, I see it.
It's darkness. Like I
You're
can see
in
our
here.
character token. I know. I'm reloading.
Yeah, me too.
Sounds like a you.
I don't know why. but I
Wait. Let me
expected him
hold
to
on.
be-
Hold on a second. Let me.
Do you fog of
maybe
war
I have
things?
maybe I have the fog of war on there. I always forget.
I
that when
see
look at
everything
these.
perfectly fine.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, I think.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
think
I
Kismet.
don't.
I'm
Right.
downloading data.
No, it's
I
because
don't
it's because of the
see-
yeah, it's fog of war. Relax. Hold on, it's coming.
So am I
no,
just
we're
not affected by war?
Okay, now you should be able to refresh and see it all if it hasn't yet.
Oh, now it's in color. It was in black and white earlier.
Oh, dark vision. That's what it was. Because I have dark
Yeah.
vision too.
That's why you guys were seeing it. Yeah,
Oh.
I
Ah.
still see nothing.
refresh, baby.
Is that supposed to be you?
did.
Refresh again. Yes, that's me.
Oh.
Kill him.
Okay.
I don't see anything.
Why am I barely injured?
Because you never long rested, probably.
Oh,
Yeah,
because
maybe.
I
Yeah.
went and got the thieves' tools. Let's long rest.
Yeah. So yeah, if hit
the-
long
the-
rest, you guys
yeah.
haven't because 3 days
I
have
did.
passed. Obviously. Do you see it yet, baby?
Case.
It says downloading world data. Please wait.
What you see is a room filled with many chairs and a motley bunch of adventurers sitting down, shit talking, while there's a guy trying to explain clearly what we're supposed to do next.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, now I can. Oh, you used that picture that you got?
Yeah.
That's me as apparently a ancient Grecian soldier.
I'd like to point out that looks like a Lungaladin.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, lordy, lordy. All right, so let me
Long
pull up my
Gallaudet.
notes here because I was too busy trying to figure out why it wasn't working. All right, so yeah, she pulled in. There's refreshments there for you guys. And he looks at everyone and he's like, all right, so I'm sure there's no surprise as to why I've called you all this meeting. The cult's caravan has arrived. Most of the merchants have dispersed to the city's markets, warehouses, and stables. I would say if you guys have any accounts with your previous employers that need to be closed out, now would be the time. However, the coal wagons have not followed. Yes.
How are we supposed to explain that we disappeared?
I still don't know how that happened. You never explained it to me, so I don't know.
I mean, I'm not quite clear on the details. I'm pretty sure magic had something to do with it. We ended up in Succomber. We were searching for somebody, and we ended up in
Dobby.
Succomber. And then we already told him that he knows about Dobby. I don't know. It was magic or something, some weird teleportation stuff.
Yeah, we need to explain it to
Um,
her, not him. He knows what's going on.
But how much of that should we explain to them? And how much
would not
should we
give.
keep?
The tiefling gentleman here, I guess, does explain to him. I believe one of your employers was an agent of the Harpers, so he obviously knows what is going on. Whoever you got, the other employer was, I make up something.
Silva?
I would not give him any. I don't know who she is. She's a merchant, I guess. Yes, but I would say, yeah, make up something. Do not talk about the cult with her. I would not discuss any of that. But whatever reason you find valid enough to give her,
Didn't you
Feel
people
free.
mention a stag?
to give.
Yeah, he
Blame it on that.
He's stagnant at the moment. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, blame it
my
on the stag.
God.
Blame it on the magic stag that everyone saw you with.
Arilosa's just kind of looking back and forth. A stag? What? What went
told you
on
about
during
that.
this trip?
Long story short,
Guys.
we get up to mad hijinks is really what it comes down to.
Question.
Yes.
Mommy Stevie, should I hide?
Well, do you think any of the cult members would recognize you?
They did have me in a cage, and I was traveling with them for a while, so I think they might recognize me.
You
I mean,
should
I'm
probably
sure
hide.
Mal
then.
has a pocket in his robe that you can hide in.
I
No.
think I'm. So Teeny goes into her fairy size and goes into Stevie's cloak and hides in the hood.
Arilosa,
That'll
by the
work.
way, is just sitting there like with his hand on his chin, and he's just drumming his fingers on the table.
Sorry, continue.
As I was saying, the cult wagons have not followed the same pattern as the others from the caravan. Instead, they have headed to the northwest corner of the city, most likely to be close to the troll yard, where construction supplies are stockpiled for the shipment north, and where wagons are gathered and loaded for the trip managed by the High Road Charter Company. Why is this of import, you may ask? Well, the road north, called the High Road, used to connect Waterdeep to the city of Neverwinter. A coastal marsh called the Mere of the Dead Men lies between the road and the coast. Over the years, the Mere has continually expanded. Each time it grew, it flooded the road, which had to be relocated farther inland. This was the situation until a century ago when Neverwinter was nearly destroyed by the eruption of Mount Hotenow. With the city in ruins, efforts to keep the road open simply ceased. But now Lord Nevermember is rebuilding Neverwinter, and the road is needed again. Lord Nevermember's agents in this endeavor are perpetually looking for laborers to build the road and fighters to protect the laborers. Turnover in these jobs is pretty high. The road is wild and dangerous, therefore the guards are in high demand. This is where the High Road Charter Company comes in. It's a consortium of guilds and noble houses partnered with Lord Nevermember. As he talks, he pulls out a rolled map, and he puts it on the table and unrolls it out before everyone, and he slams his finger at a point on a map before him. He goes, "Here is where they are headed." It's the red circle on the map, by the way. Here is where they are headed. The Carnath Roadhouse, where shipments of supplies to the road building camps are coordinated. With the cult caravan making their way towards the troll yard, it must be to see if they could haul supplies to the roadhead for pay as a cover. And the rumors of Resmir and her contingent of guards heading north, it could only mean that the roadhouse is the cult's destination. As to the reason they are headed to the roadhouse, we do not know, and that is why you must follow them. To continue your surveillance, you must find employment with the High Road Charter Company here and follow the cult north. A man named Ardred Bilferhue commands the entire convoy. He will be the man you will speak to about hiring on at the Troll Gate here in the north of the city. The convoy consists of 6 supply wagons, 12 escorts, and 24 laborers marching out to relieve a group that is coming back to Waterdeep for some time off. The road to the roadhouse is about 200 miles, so it takes some time to get there, and will undoubtedly be more fraught with danger than the trade road was getting here from Baldur's Gate. I will say this, be careful in the troll yard. You will most likely run into cultists who remember you from the caravan, as your little friend mentioned. Try to maintain a low profile and gather as much information as you can while headed north. We are attempting to send a contact north ahead of you to be positioned at the roadhouse when you arrive. We do, you guys were given some provisions and monies when you arrived here as well. So I believe you should be fine heading north at this point. Is there any questions you may have?
This is a Bryce question, not a Mal question, because I made a note of Ardred. What was the name of the merchant guys again?
I'm going to actually make the journal open so you guys can see it.
Oh, well, fuck, my note taking.
I mean, I wasn't going to put it there. I need to speak it first before you can. But yeah, is Alfred... Let me find it again.
Did you
Ardred
say the...
Bifferhue.
Yep, I got the name. I was curious, like, the charter company. What was it called again?
Oh, the High Road Charter Company.
High Road Charter Company. Thank you.
Did you say the Lord of Neverwinter was Nevermember?
Yeah. Yes, that is his name.
That's a funny name.
Lord Nevermember.
That's a funny name.
That's fun. That's fun.
Just imagining.
Does he have any kids?
I do not know.
I was about to say, that seems pointed.
And he kind of just looks at you, Kismet, and he's like, you've been with me here in the order this whole time. Why are you asking me these questions like you don't know that I have been here with you the entire time, Kismet?
I haven't heard of Nevermember before. It's a funny name. It's a funny name, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Cha, dude.
Chaw.
Leave my Californian accent.
No. So, seems like a fairly straightforward plan. Go employ with the charter company, make some cash, keep an eye on them, and you do not want us to engage in the cult, correct?
I would advise against it. No, this is mostly a surveillance. Try to keep as low profile as you can. Again, once you arrive at the Troll Gate, there'll probably be some there. They might recognize you, but as they are also trying to be covert, I'm sure they won't act like they know you to keep their cover as well. But be as sly as you can. Don't make it too noticeable that you're there.
What if low profile and sly are not in your characteristic categories in vocabulary?
I believe 2 of us have that covered at max.
Stevie
I
just
can
kind of
also
looks
just do
behind
all
her.
of the talking. They have no idea who I am yet.
Yes, no, they would not recognize Kismet at all, obviously. And if this the little one here was a prisoner of theirs, they might recognize her. But what I can see, she can become pretty small and hide herself easily enough.
Yeah, I don't really have that luxury.
I feel like I'm going to have other uses in this mission.
Yes, if things go horribly wrong, you can crush anything, I'm sure.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
I mean, I
And
have
now
no
you
idea
can-
why a almost 9 foot tall Goliath, a centaur, and a red tiefling would stick out. But hey, stranger things have happened.
First off, tieflings aren't nearly as rare as this one. And I pointed at the centaur.
That was very rude, Mal.
First off, I've been named in one of the races in the player's handbook, so you aren't.
I'm named in the player handbook.
Yes, like I said, 2 of us can be a little bit more low profile. My parents just made bad decisions. That's why I'm red. That's not my fault.
Well, and you can
I feel like
disguise
that's the
yourself.
nature of this.
I
this sort
I
of
could
group is
disguise
that all
myself.
of our parents made bad decisions. That's like our whole vibe.
My parents didn't.
That's encouraging to hear, Kismet. Honestly, that's excellent. Good for you.
I like to. I feel like mine probably did as well.
You're half a horse.
My parents tried to kill me. That
There was at least one bad decision made.
um, Thanik, that's
Don't
not
get
how
me
that
wrong.
works.
You're wonderful. You're wonderful.
That's not how that works, Thanik. That's not how that works.
What do you mean?
Do you think?
Erlosa is looking at you because you're all still sitting, by the way, in his meeting room here, and he's
Okay,
like,
guys, I think it's
does-
time for us to go seek
"Does
employment.
this man think that centaurs are a hybrid of?"
Apparently,
Look
Wait,
at her.
where does that leave me then?
I don't know. Tell me about your
We've been
parents.
asking that question since the beginning, darling.
well, as far as I remember, fairies are created in dreams in the Feywild.
I'm a dream come true.
Or a nightmare.
That's one way to put it. Yes.
Hey, guys, you want to go do the mission?
Erlosa stands up. He's like, "I have other matters to attend to." Kismet, you know the standard reporting procedures, and the rest
Yeah.
of you, good luck. He kind of turns around and makes his way out.
Real quick question. The silverware that's in here, is it nice?
I didn't say those silverware, I said those refreshments. There's cups.
What? Okay, the cups. Are they nice cups? Or...
They're pewter. They're regular average cups. You think he's serving
yeah,
you
I'm
in
taking the
golden
cups.
goblets?
I take two cups.
No one's
empty
in the
cups,
room,
like,
so yeah, go ahead. Create an item. Put 2 pewter cups in your inventory.
fuck yeah, I got cups.
Mal,
Oh,
do you
God.
really have to do that here?
Yeah, we're
No,
we're
I
a
want to.
functional group.
Wait, what's in the cups?
Ooh,
It
mine,
was just
nothing.
it was just refreshments. It was just like water and like juice, apple juice and stuff like that.
So, I have no idea where this place is in Waterdeep. Are we going to find this charter company and seek employment? Or you guys want to do
Well-
anything first?
Well, I have no intention of actually going and talking to Silva. That's going to be an awkward conversation. Let's just avoid that.
Well, I can talk to
Um,
Silva for you if you prefer.
And
I'll
if
talk
you
to
guys look
Silva
at the
if you want me to.
at the Waterdeep map, it's in the very top left corner of the troll gate.
Cool.
Okay.
Right over there.
Well, if you want to go tell her I died, then I'm okay with that.
The thing is, do you think I can get money out of her if I tell her that or not?
I think we
There's
should
also
tell
the
her.
earrings.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember
what-
if you guys actually ever went back. You guys did pick up the
No,
earrings, didn't you? I think
we
you
didn't.
You,
Nope.
you never even went back and picked up the earrings, right?
Nope.
I'm like, did Fleur even actually ever give away the scale?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that did happen.
It
I
did.
think at the very end,
You were supposed to
like,
come back the next
"Fine."
morning to pick them up, but then you guys went to Succumber and
Bullshit happened.
And that happened.
Well, no. If we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it right. We were supposed to come back in the morning, and then everybody but Thanak was hung the fuck over from Sexcapade Festapalooza Bash.
Listen, you woke up with me on you in my skibbies.
I know for sure. I only cuddled that horse,
But Tiny was
Dear.
there.
and not the one we're traveling with. Dear.
Your party dynamic. It's more and more interesting the more I hear about it.
You know,
Trust
you've not
me,
even
it's-
seen the worst of it yet.
You woke
should-
up with me cuddling with you in my skibbies.
I'm
That's not
I'm
weird.
a,
It's
I'm a
weird
gnome
when
sweetheart that allows cuddles.
You should have seen Roshi's Island.
Yeah, he was a little too handsy. He didn't ask.
That
So, do you guys want me to go talk to Silva,
gets
see if we
people
can
killed.
get some cash out of her, or leave it?
It's I kind of want to know what happened with those earrings. So yeah, go talk to her. Tell her I died and Fleur as well. because that one actually happened.
Kismet, you coming?
Oh yeah, sure. I'll come help.
Okay, we'll meet you at the gate, or you can come with. I don't care.
Walks.
No.
Walk animation.
Okay, so the
Walk animation.
yeah, so if you're gonna look for silver, you're gonna have to ask around and find out, because merchants all kind of scattered into the city, different areas. The cult, they know, that went by the troll gate. So you're gonna have to track down Silva.
The question is, can I use persuasion skill checks to talk to as many people as possible? To try and
Are you
track
trying
down
to
the
use a
stuff?
persuasion skill check on the DM to allow it? Is that what you're doing? Because I'm confused.
No, persuasion, using my persuasion skill to talk to people throughout the town to pin locate where she's
Well,
at.
I mean, you don't have to use persuasion with that. That's just
I prefer to use persuasion.
I'm sure you would. No, I mean, I would say, most people are more than happy to, if you ask for directions, or if you've seen someone, more than likely to answer you. I would, it would be a charisma based skill regardless. So yeah, I mean, if you want to use persuasion,
would I
that's
have
fine.
an idea about, because I've been in this town for a while, would I have an idea about where caravan merchants go?
I mean, yeah, you could narrow it down, because you know where most people usually go. And if you get any information from them about what Silva's trade was, that could help you.
We'll
narrow
go
it
to
down.
these 3 places instead of the whole town.
Okay, we nailed it down.
All right. So we will, while you guys, so you and Kismet are going around doing that. What I will say is, let me see here.
Wah, 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 wah.
Cue montage of walking and talking to people.
All right, so there's 3 places. So let's see if you go, when you go to the first place, if you find it. So we will do that. Would be a investigation. All right, here's an investigation roll sent to you, Mel.
Oh,
Can I do the help action? Can I give him advantage since I'm there?
Yeah, if you didn't roll, but
I didn't. Why didn't?
I saw button. I pressed button. I sorry.
You gotta wait for the help action.
Yeah, so that one, the first place you went to, you spent about a half hour talking to some people, or and following Kismet. Like, well, let's go to this place first. And the first place you went, couldn't find anyone there. So that did not work. So that was about a half hour that's passed. So now you need to go move on to the next spot. And let me just move this clock forward a little bit here. All right. So then another investigation, you can give him a help action this time if you want.
I would like to give the help action.
Okay, cool. I'll wait. If I press that, I don't know if it's gonna let me do advantage right away though.
Just roll
Yeah,
it.
it just rolls it. So I'll roll one more.
Well,
just in case.
That's enough actually. The 16 will get
That's
you.
enough. Okay, we'll leave it.
Yeah.
My help was good enough.
Yes, there you go. So second place you go to, it's a commercial area. There's some textile mills there and lodging and stuff. And after asking around a few people in there, they do business with Silva, and they point you over to a kind of a posh inn or posh tavern in the area where she's at. They said they saw her there just not too long ago having a drink.
Perfect. Now, as we make our way towards the tavern, as I assume we'll naturally do, before we walk in, I'm going to look over to Kismet and be like, so, I always have to ask this question. We can do this the honest way, which is, the right way. Or we can do this the dishonest way and maybe get something out of this. Any
I
preference?
thought that's what weren't we going for money?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The dishonest way might get us some more, because we're going to have to lie if Stevie wants to be done.
I thought the whole point of this was to tell. I didn't realize there was an honest option.
Oh, perfect. We're on the same page. Mel walks in.
Yeah, so you even though you didn't work for Silva, you were there in the caravan for that period of time, so you know what she looks like, and you see her at the end there wearing her resplendent gowns that she usually wore, legs crossed, sitting at the tavern drinking a glass of elvish wine.
Fucking high class.
She fancy.
I mean, she was paying 150 gold for these copper scale earrings. So,
Which, by the way, do I see those
Yeah.
earrings on her or not?
huh?
Do I see those copper scale earrings on her or not?
Roll a perception check.
Oh, those aren't good. Normal.
Isn't wisdom your dump stat?
It is. So it's a
I
straight
mean,
roll,
they're earrings and they're copper scale, so they're gonna be pretty. The DC on that was low. So yeah, you do. You do see her wearing them, which, again, they were supposed to pick them up and they didn't. So somehow she did manage to get the earrings.
Mal walks over with Kismet, so I assume.
Yeah, I'm like standing, not intimidatingly, but definitely like puffed up chest, standing tall.
Mal's just
This
gonna
is a high class establishment, and I do not want them thinking I'm poor.
I'd say Mal's usually pretty well dressed, so it shouldn't be too bad. Mal just leans in. Silva, it's been so long. It's a pleasure to see you again.
And you are?
Oh, I'm sorry. Melamos Delfontaine. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. We've talked in passing before.
She's kind of just looking you up and down, and you know she's just kind of leaning further away as you're like right there.
Okay, I understand where this is going. Do you remember how you hired some a fleur and a centaur to be your bodyguards, and they just
My guards, yes, I definitely remember them. They left me hanging in Daggerford. I had to make
Yeah.
a trip. I had to hire. I'm sorry. Was that
Oh,
Kismet
hi,
speaking?
sorry. My name's Kismet. I'm his new friend. Yeah, they unfortunately
She
found
just she
their-
puts out two
found-
fingers to shake.
found their way lost.
Well, all I know is they left me in a lurch. Okay, I had to quickly hire new guards to get us from Daggerford to here, which, trust me, was not the most optimal solution.
They left life. So
And then my earrings. I had to go pick them up myself. I'm glad, that I was able to make it there before we had to leave, because I'm always at the front of the caravan. I early riser. I make sure we're at the front, and I had to go pick up my earrings myself. And then they just disappeared on me. No one even knows where they went. I'm highly disappointed.
you heard what I said, right?
Not really.
That they're dead. They left
They're dead?
life.
Well, serves them right.
Oh, I'm sorry. You misunderstood entirely why we're here. I came to pass on the legend of Fleur and Stevie, the ones who died to save your caravan. There was a band of bandits who they managed to drive off into the woods, but gave their life. It was only me.
We were in Daggerford. What are you talking about?
Yes, on the outside of town. They went to go bring your earrings, and they pushed off bandits.
The earrings
Robert.
were in town, in the center
Yes,
of
we
town.
got pick them up.
This is a very confusing turn of events you're telling me here, because none of it makes sense.
They died protecting your earrings. Gus, did they tell you where that dragon scale came from?
How did they die protecting my earrings? They were at the jewelry shop. The man said you paid him the money I gave you, and he said come back the next morning to pick them up, and you never did.
But did he tell you where the dragon scale came from? He did not have it.
I
He
don't-
lost it. They went
don't
searching
care.
for a bronze dragon themselves to get that for you. And they died.
So they died, and then how did the scales get to him?
Yours truly. Of course. I
Alamos
don't
and
know what-
Tharnak, of course.
Oh yeah, this you at this point. I'm going to need you to do a persuasion roll, but you're at disadvantage at this point, so you need to roll.
Oh, I'm down for that. I'm down for that.
that.
Persuasion at disadvantage. Okay.
Laughs in eloquence, the bard.
If this bitch says one more word, I'm
Still
gonna
a
laugh
20.
At
somewhere.
disadvantage, at least.
It's still a 20.
Yeah, it's still a 20.
So it's never bad.
Yeah, I know. I should have used a different stat, but you're trying to persuade her. So I mean, what the hell am I gonna say? So
This
she's
is
like,
quite literally the stupidest thing I could do anyway, so.
she like looks at you and she's like, okay, listen. I really don't believe a word you're saying, but at this point, I don't care.
50 gold
I
and we
got
walk
my
away without
I got my
talking to you again.
earrings. I got my earrings. I got here in one piece. So that's all I care about. So is that what you came to let me know? Is that they died? Was that your reason for coming?
Yes, and they had mentioned something about you had a lot of paperwork before joining with them. Something about insurance in case they died for the family members, grievances, stuff like that. 50 gold.
I would. Again, they would have. You have their paperwork.
Yeah, right here. I pull and I try to casually minor illusion some paperwork.
Do you know you minor illusion paperwork? Do you know what Silva's signature looks like?
We're about to fucking find out if a luck roll does that.
This feels like another skill check.
Yeah, fuck, I'm down for it.
I'm thinking at this point it would be deception. Or actually, do you have forgery tools?
I do have forgery.
You have forgery tools?
Can I stand really intimidating behind her and help the situation?
Give me a second. I know for Charlotte I got something for that. It was disguise or
I've already been standing intimidatingly because I don't like a single word this bitch is saying. But
my thing is I have a disguise kit. Yeah, disguise kit.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
All right, yeah. So it would just be a skill check then. So yeah, I would just do just a deception check, I guess.
Deception, disadvantage, regular.
Regular.
Ooh. 24. I'm good at this shit.
Fucking bards.
I'm he's a professional con artist. He knows what he's doing.
I know. Yeah, we've been doing this for almost a year, Bryce. I know. Anyway. She looks at it. She's like, this looks like my signature. I know I never give this much of an allowance. This doesn't make any sense to me at all. Well, all right. Roll me a D10. That would be how much gold there was for each of them.
D10. Well, fuck D10. Yeah, that's a thing. Roll.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it'd be five gold each. Insurance. That's all their life is worth. So five gold each. Mal's the one who drew it up, so you can yell at Mal because he's the one who put the money out there. It's his illusion. So
I was going for 50, but 10 is better because we don't have to split it with Fleur.
It was 5 gold each, and she's like, I suppose, but I would need. I cannot just take your word for it. I mean, I don't even know if you actually know them. I need some kind of proof of their demise.
Actually, I do have something on me. That is from their demise.
Didn't you take the staff?
I have Fleur's Aider staff. And I whisper snake, and the fucking thing turns into a snake, which is pretty memorable, I believe. Yes, this was.
I remember that thing.
Staff.
I guess so. This is ridiculous. I can't believe I'm even doing this right now. You know, all the trouble I went through. Pulled out a pouch and she puts 10 gold on the counter, and she's like, "There. Now, can you leave me in peace now, please?"
Yes, I will make sure this makes its way to the families. And on a side note, Malmos, Delfontaine family, and Baldur's Gate. If you're looking for business in the future, when I'm in Baldur's Gate, hit me up, and I walk away.
I'm going to get really close to her face.
Okay. She's just
I'm gonna look her directly in the fucking eyes and go, you should really start caring about other people other than your pretentious self, or your own life will pay the price.
I was the one wronged. I paid them and they left me hanging. What do you mean?
I walked away.
He's not fucking around.
As soon as if Kismet was doing that, I would have grabbed her wine and walked away with it too. By the way.
And so you grabbed Sylvie's wine?
yeah. Like if she's got like someone in her face, I assume she's like got her back to me. So I just kind of quickly stake that and just walk away.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. You can do that. And she's like, I just thought her hand's kind of shaky, and she goes to reach. What is?
You're like, do you want me to roll an intimidation check? Because I will.
Oh no, that was it. It was
You're naturally
Sylvia's not a fighter, and Kismet is pretty intimidating. So that was.
I have a +5. I'll do.
Okay,
only
listen,
a +5.
I know Sophie wants to roll her dice. Go ahead. Roll your dice.
I feel like I'm gonna regret this real soon. But
That
that's
one.
fine.
Come on. Give me a Sophie roll.
You'd have
Oh, by
to
the way,
miserably fail for to regret it because you already had her intimidated without the dice roll. So
Oh, by the way, the game's still paused. I don't know if that matters or not.
Yep. Probably.
it does, but not right now. But yeah, I mean,
Okay.
there we go.
Why are you like?
Intimidation.
I know I'm doing it. I have. That's weird. I should have a +5 in that. I'm proficient in it, but it doesn't tell me. It doesn't tell me I'm proficient in it on.
Well, it
Hoard.
should be 3 plus your charisma at this level.
Yeah, it shows +2 for her.
Yeah, it should be +5.
Weird.
It's when
Roll
my
a d20,
proficiency
just add
goes.
+5 to it. Easy enough.
Yeah, and there's no check mark, so it doesn't show proficiency in it. That's why.
Yeah, it should. Because I'm looking at my D&D Beyond, and I'm like,
Does it
Hello?
show it in D? Does it show it in D&D Beyond?
yeah.
Okay, well let's just hold on. Don't roll yet. Let me just click it. And
And this
there.
Elvish wine is really good.
I know, right?
Now you can roll. It's on there.
I'm gonna refresh because I don't see it. I also just have like 300 hit dice for some reason, but I just ignored that and assumed it was a glitch.
Those
mean,
are
it-
hit dice. Those are squares you can move.
Oh yeah, those are
I
movement
had-
squares. Yeah, don't worry about
I
it.
had 300.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone
because I have the city
I have
is set as
450,
miles,
450.
not feet, so that's why it's like crazy.
It-
But if you open
so
your
many
sheet,
squares.
you should see the check mark next to intimidation now.
There we go. It's loading. Give it a second.
No problem.
There we go. Ah, pop-ups.
Well, Miles counted. I goes like that went way better than I expected it to.
There it is. Okay. Now the +5 is there. I can't wait to regret this. Yeah. Still 10.
It's
Got that +5.
It's a good thing you added that proficiency.
I know. I was like, I have a +5. 50 with +5.
So yes, yeah, she's terrified. She's trying to play it off like she's not, but she was shaken after you were glowering down at her, and didn't even notice Mal stealing her drink, and she's just kind of flustered, and she's like, you can see her hand kind of shaky. She's trying to order another wine as you guys are walking out.
Good.
as we're walking out. Hey, Kismet, I got you some wine.
Huh?
Kismet, I got you some wine.
Oh, thank you.
Well, Miles not drinking anymore.
Okay,
He
so
just did
I'm
because he
assuming
wanted
that
to.
so I know the
I
other
don't
three
drink
made
wine.
it there, and you guys are making your way to the Troll Gate to meet up with them.
Yeah, made it up at this point.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm actually going to open up another
Yes,
scene for
Mickey.
this, so hold on one moment.
Oh, different spot.
A new map.
Matt.
A new map. Let me get my journal
Seems
out here.
very
In
detailed.
Ardred refer you.
Seems like artwork.
So you arrive in the area known as the Troll Yard, named in honor in remembrance of the Second Troll War and the holiday marking its end, the Trolltide. The morning air is kind of brisk with a clear sky. You could definitely feel autumn settling in upon the lands, especially being this far north from where you started. The courtyard is a bustling place within the Troll Gate. The Troll Gate itself is in the northwest corner. It's open, allowing travelers and merchants and laborers to enter the city and exit the city. You can see plenty of people. It's kind of a hustle and bustle area coming in and out from the Troll Gate. Lining the courtyard are warehouses and merchant stalls that are more geared towards travel gear and construction equipment and materials. There's wagons everywhere, both loading and unloading. You do recognize the wagons of the cultist and some familiar faces parked near a warehouse where the construction supplies are stockpiled for shipment north and where wagons are gathered and loaded for the trip. So what it does, it looks like they're looking to make the same trip north as part of this labor group. In the center of the courtyard, you see a large makeshift table. There's banners on poles standing on either side of it with emblems of the guilds and noble houses encircling the sigil of Neverwinter. along with the words High Road Charter Company emblazoned on them. 2 guards flank the desk, and seated before it is a well-built man in armor with a ledger book upon the table, and he's holding a quill. There's 2 people in line before the desk speaking with him. Per the information you got from Arilosa, this must be Ardred Brifferhue. As you guys are approaching forward, you see him, he's writing in the ledger, and without looking up, he kind of speaks in a deep baritone. He goes, "Name?"
Question before we jump into that. Are we all just grouped up at this time and approaching, or did they get there before us? Because me and Kismet went the opposite way.
Oh, I assumed I should have asked. I assumed that you guys met up outside as you came in together. But
we met up outside.
Yes, we would have waited.
So who wants to go first on this? Like, who was leading that charge? We should probably discuss that before we walk up. By the way, as soon as I see Stevie, think fast, and I throw 10 gold at her head.
Can I do a dex check to see if I catch it?
Yes.
I'm going to do a dex check to see if I can throw it.
I
wish there was the opposite of a help action.
So with just a dex
Oh
check.
God!
Oh, I did not throw it. I think Kismet got my armor guard.
What's a hold on.
So
right.
he got a nat 1 for a total of 6, and
I'd like to take the hinder action.
The hinder action. It can't get any worse, trust me.
Well,
did I want to do a dex check or dex save? Because
I mean, you can roll whatever you want. This man got a nat 1. So he throws him, and as he throws him, he realizes his hand is still kind of wet from the wine glass that he gave to Kismet, and they kind of slip out of his hand, and those 10 coins, because you threw 10 gold coins at her. Literally threw 10
in a
gold
pouch,
coins
right?
at her.
In a pouch,
I thought it was in a pouch or something. If it was just a handful.
Well, she put 10 gold coins on the counter. I don't know what you did with them.
You know what? Fuck it. A handful of change is even better. Let's go with it.
Oh my God.
Make it hail.
I mean, we could say you forewent the pouch because you got a nat 1.
I was just saying, it doesn't matter if there's a pouch or not. It's a nat 1.
Right, the pouch stayed in your hand, and the rest of it, like
Yeah, I
Yes,
still
there
have
you
the
go.
pouch. So,
So they fly out. He forgot to tie it. The coins fly out. About 4 or 5 of them, you don't even know where they went. They just went flying. Who knows where? There was a sewer grate not too far from you, and you see 3 of them just fall down the sewer grate. And then the last 2 literally hit you in the eyeballs. They just both
me or him?
Yes, you. Stevie.
Could I? No, but like I got an 18 on that. Could I at least have grabbed them before they hit me in the eyeballs?
Oh, the 18 will allow you to catch them and keep them.
Yeah, so like I caught
Yes.
them before they hit me in the eyeballs.
You caught them after they bounced off your eyeballs.
After-
If
enough.
you
Now,
failed the
was
next
that-
check, you would have lost them.
Was that really necessary, Mal?
It really wasn't, but I'm glad I did.
I'm glad
I
you're
throw her.
amused, sweetie.
I hand her the other 8 pieces for my own funds. She gave you guys 10.
She sucked, and I hate her.
He was a little self-important.
But yes, who do you guys want me to lead? Since there's literally a cult right there, or
Yeah, I should keep a bit of a low profile.
Probably not the worst idea. I'm quite memorable too.
So I'll say
I
this happened
almost-
before. You guys didn't go up to the
Yeah.
desk. So the
I
part where
almost
he
feel
says
like
that didn't happen yet.
you shouldn't walk in at all, because even if you're wearing a cloak, you have a horse back,
Yeah, I'll.
and there's
say
only
it.
so many centaurs.
Yeah, I'll stick out here, and you guys can go in and check everything out. I mean, Mal can disguise himself if he wishes.
Oh, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Nope.
Do you forget how?
Yes, I completely forgot, actually. I was messing around with some other spells and I got words mixed up. It's fucked up.
It happens to the best of us.
Interesting.
If I had a book or something, I wrote these down, it'd be so much easier, but I just try to memorize them. Doesn't work well.
TD comes out and she's got her book. I got my book. Do you want one too?
I minor illusion it to make her look like her book's gone. You still feel it in your hand, you just can't see it.
What? Hey, give me back my book. I need my book.
I got your nose.
I snap my fingers, the book's back.
Oh, I need my book. Don't take my book. It's got all my spells in it.
Anyway,
Oh, it
let's
was
go talk
actually
to
your
this man.
spell book, not your picture book that we got you?
Yeah, no, it's my spell book.
Should we wait for the
Big boy?
Dylan?
He's dealing with baby stuff right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did he say
sick
that
babies.
somewhere?
I
Yeah,
mean, you
in
could.
the chat
We
here.
can. You can catch. I mean,
Yeah.
it's after.
Cool.
I mean, we could do a.
Well,
we
he's
could do a
gonna.
pee break.
He would probably wait out here with Stevie. Anyway, Stanek.
I would go.
Yeah, and
I
Tiny's
mean-
still hiding.
If you guys are just going to size up the situation, you can. Keep in mind, this is a matter of you all need to get hired on, so everybody has.
Can we not just be like, hey, I got 4 friends that also need to be hired?
So Teeny needs to try
No.
to get hired too.
I mean, you can ask them that, but it's not going to go far.
So is
I'm
Teeny
gonna
gonna need
try.
to try to get hired too?
Huh?
Is Teeny gonna have to try to get hired too?
You're the only exception because you literally can fit in people's pockets.
Okay. Are you coming or is it
Yeah.
just me?
Mal's getting caught up regardless. He's get cloak up though. He's gonna put his cloak up just so he's less.
I mean,
he has the
but you
benefit
are a
he can
cleric, so you can try to get hired on too. If that's perfectly fine.
As a healer.
Yeah.
How? This is a Sophie question. How do hoods work when you're a tiefling and your horns are going whoop?
Simple. I have little cutouts in it.
Okay.
It takes me a second
You
to
see,
get it on.
and then me being the Star Wars nerd, all I'm thinking of is Ahsoka with her contrails. The hood just literally sits on top of them like this.
Well, the nice thing about the horns is they keep the hood up too when you do that.
Yeah.
Like if someone tries to go
Dylan,
and
I
tear
don't-
your hood off.
I wasn't looking at the screen. Were you there when I described the troll gate, or were you gone already?
I was there for like the first 3/4 of it, I think.
Okay, well that was pretty much it. So
Gotcha.
you see the cultists are there too as well. They're by the area where they're doing stockpiles for loading wagons for the trip north. So it looks like they're probably trying to do the same thing. And in the center courtyard, there's a makeshift table, banners and poles on either side. It's the High Road Charter Company, and there's a desk there, a makeshift table, and sitting there is a well-lit man who most likely looks like he's Ardred Bifferhue, who Erlos had told you to meet, and he's sitting there with a ledger book on a table holding a quill. Also, one of the people that was in line when it looks kind of short, and then when they turned around and finished talking, you recognize it as Gemna. Gleamsilver was the one that was there talking to him. It looks like she takes some paperwork, so it looks like she got hired on. She kind of sees you guys, and she just gives a wink as she kind of just walks off to the side, away from you.
Stevie, is this the part where we sort of hang back a little bit here?
Well, I think we probably should, but
I mean, you guys need to get hired too.
yeah.
I mean, you could just get a couple extra copies of the paperwork. I
Who
mean, if there are
went?
cultists in and around here, there is absolutely no way I'm not being immediately recognized.
Hey,
We
sure,
can
like
we can turn this into a fucking rumble tumble if you want
Who
to. But
was the who?
She
Static's ex-wife.
was Mal. No. That was a woman that was traveling with the caravan, along with us. I think she may have been into something shady with another tiefling woman. There was some interesting things that happened. Yeah, I think she might be in.
she's not one that's entirely to be trusted, but she has come through a couple times at a pinch.
She did
She
save us
largely
from
traveled
being
with Malos
murdered.
and I for our caravan.
She did save us from being murdered that one time with
But
the
then
thing in
also
the
provided
food.
a bit of a distraction while the lady from the other company popped in and tried to attack us. So,
Zentera?
a bit of a mixed, but she has her uses.
If Mal said Zentarum out loud, Kismet being party order, you would be familiar with the Zentarum.
With the Zatarum?
Zentarum. It's a gang crime
Yes.
syndicate.
Kismet is familiar.
I wouldn't call it a crime syndicate. That's more like a secret society thing. Crime syndicates that's more
More
like
known.
secret society.
Daddy Thanik, what should I do? Should I stay hidden in Mommy's cloak, or should I come out and try to get hired?
I mean, you can pretty much go unnoticed wherever. You can travel with Kismet and Mal so long as you stay small, but at the end of the day, the safest place for you to be is as far away back as you possibly can.
Well, but it also might be nice for her to start earning some of her own money so she can buy some nice things if she wants.
Do you all own cloaks?
No,
I've
actually,
not really found any my size.
TD doesn't.
There's not much in the way of big and tall stores around here.
Do you could you just put like your bedroll like?
I could, but that would be very strange. Have you ever seen someone trying to walk covered in a sleeping bag?
Yes.
Kismet, can you give me a
strange
perception
places.
check?
Yes, I can.
But also, while that perception check is going on, Malamos, just procure us a little bit more paperwork. Say that you've got a couple more folks in your group that
Dylan,
would be more than
Lunga
happy
said
to
this
get hired
probably
on that
wouldn't
are off
go
on
up.
one thing.
Dylan. We already talked to Lunga about this, and he was like, "That probably won't happen very well."
It's
I mean,
15.
Well, that's
you know
my
that your
Yuki-san's
characters don't.
problem.
But so with the perception check,
blown your cover.
like I mentioned earlier, when you guys get on here, it looks like the few merchants are here are like traveling gear. So you do know Kismet, you do notice a merchant that sells cloaks and travel gear just off to the side.
There's a guy with cloaks right there.
I mean, the likelihood of the one cloak guy in the one part of the city having one large enough for me is pretty slim, but sure, why not?
Just like,
And also, at the end of the day, I don't know about you, Stevie. I don't need to make any money. So if these folks want to go and get hired on to give us all a sort of reason to be traveling in that direction, I have no use for money.
You're noticeable enough that you probably also need a reason to be traveling along. People might start to ask questions.
A
Otherwise.
cloak would work for me, though, because I'm so small I'll hide my wings.
There's such thing as Barbies in this world.
As what?
Barbies.
Barbies?
A Barbie cloak would probably fit her small form.
No, but I can pass as a halfling. I'm tall enough, right?
Haven't you guys
Or
ever bought
no.
Assassin Barbie?
I think because halflings just kind of look like smaller, normal guys, but gnomes. They're smaller than the halfling, and they have the pointed ears. So I think you'd want to go say you're a gnome more than a halfling.
Or just keep the hood up.
Mal walks away and he starts going up to the desk. Mal's watching this madness go and he just walks towards the front desk.
I think I can get away if I wear a cloak. She thinks she's right. What do you
Well, I
think,
mean, you can
Mommy?
also turn if you want to go unnoticed. You can also just go small.
Yeah, but then I can't work and I'll have to hide the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's any problem with getting hired on as a fairy. I don't think that's a problem.
I do.
They had a fairy in their cage.
But we're not getting hired by the cultists. We're getting hired by.
But the cultist is gonna be like, what? Let me go get that.
Yeah. You have a cloak, right, sweetie? Well, let's go get a cloak from this merchant over here. And just go over to the other
animation.
I will also
you guys walk over there.
Mal
Mal said he was walking right up to the desk. There's still another person in line. There's still another person in line in front of you, so you're just standing there waiting while he's speaking to the other person. As they walk over to get the cloaks. So you guys go over to get the cloaks, and you see the merchant there, and there's a whole bunch of stuff lined up there. He's like, I can help you. He's looking at you all. He's got a measuring tape draped around his neck.
Did you need one, Stevie?
Well, I already have a cloak. Because Tiny's been hiding in my hood.
We need. Hi, kind sir. We need 2 cloaks. One small, one very large.
I'm 2.5 feet.
Okay, so he looks at Tiny. So I'm assuming this is the small one.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, he pulls out his measuring tape and he measures, and I do believe Thanik walked over with you guys. Did he not?
Yes.
Yes.
And so he measures Tiny. He's bending down, and then he goes like this. And then he goes and grabs a stool, brings it over, stands on there, measures Thanik, and he goes through his stuff, and he's looking through all the different cloaks that he has. Aha! He found a small one. He goes, "This is for children, so this should fit her just fine."
I'm an adult.
So he lays that.
I'm an
yes,
adult.
Yes, you are, but you're not in adult sizes for cloaks, unfortunately. So this would work for you. And are you still holding your book, the kids' book that they gave you?
Yes.
He's like, "Sure you are." And then he goes back, finds a cloak, brings it out, and looks at Thanik, and it looks like it's a little short. So then he
does
grabs
it
a
cover
needle.
his head? Oh,
He grabs gets a needle and some thread, and he's like, "I could stitch on the extra foot or so to make this fit him just fine." So
I mean,
one for the small one for the big one. And did you guys, anyone else, just 2 cloaks, or was there more?
No, I'm
two.
fine.
And I don't think we need that extra foot or so. It's more to cover the head.
I mean, how much is the extra foot?
It'll stop. The cloak will stop like mid thigh.
How much is it to add on the foot?
Cloak mini dress.
Well, again, that's why I'm asking. How many is just these 2 you need, or do you need more?
It's just the 2.
Just the 2? Oh, well, the cloaks themselves are only 3 silver each, and it'll just be an extra silver for the extension.
Oh well,
Oh,
how long will that take?
Oh, I can stitch it up right now. It'll only take me a few minutes.
Oh, perfect.
Of course.
Not a problem. So, were these for just for travel, or he kind of looks around? Were you looking to conceal?
Concealing would be nice.
A little bit of both.
Both.
Okay. He's like, because I'm looking at you. And he's talking to Stevie. He's like, I know you have a cloak, but the backside. And he pulls out a blanket, like a horse blanket. And he's like, it gets pretty chilly going north, and this could conceal your backside too. And the colors you see is a very earthy tone. So when you're walking, it could actually kind of camouflage the back end from someone looking at a distance to not notice that there's more of you in the back.
How much would that cost?
The blanket is 5 silver.
I think I'll take that. That might help a little bit.
All right, so that would be 5, 7, 9, 9, and 1, 10. So 10 silver is 1 gold piece for everything.
Well,
I push and I give him 2 gold pieces. I'm like, thank you for being so much of a help.
We are so happy to have the order within our fine walls. Thank you, man.
Of course, thank you.
Okay, so Tini puts on her cloak.
So yeah, you have time to be able to go to the table while he's stitching it up and everything and doing all the other stuff.
I'm a gnome, right?
No, that's what we're gonna say.
Okay.
You see Mal in line already, and it looks like the person that the man is speaking to is just about finished, and Mal is about stuff.
Are there people behind Mal?
No one's going up behind him.
Am I an adult or am I a child gnome?
You're an adult gnome.
Okay.
Also, I missed it, and I'm very sorry for all the back and forth today. Cloak getting made for Thanak. I walked over there.
You have
regular
he got on a
size
stool and measured you, and it was too short. It only came up to mid thigh, and they were about to not pay for extra stitching to make it longer for you.
Cloak mini dress. It's a cloak mini dress.
Asking how much, and no one was
I just
answering me.
wanted Thanik to have a cloak mleak dress.
Look, Stevie, can't we just ditch this guy? I already kicked the shit out of him. He's useless.
I was literally gonna pay for it.
Sure.
So you guys walk up. You see Mel there, and the person that Ardred is speaking to is done. And like I said, he's writing in the ledger, and without looking up, he speaks in a deep baritone. He goes, "Name."
Melmos, Delfontaine, and friends.
And friends. Names.
Stephen L. Blackthorn. Tiny, say your name.
Tiny Frostmint.
Mal's pointed at Kismet at this point, like.
Make the big one go first.
My cloak's still getting made.
No, you're over there while he's just sewing it up for a minute. You're still over here.
Excuse me. Gorug Thunakalathi.
Gorug?
It's the only one who used an alias.
Everybody fucking knows Thanak.
Kismet.
So he's still writing as you guys are all speaking, and he stops, he drops the quill in the ink well, and he looks up. Then you see him stand, and he walks from around the table, and he comes up before you all, and he's kind of got his hands behind his back, and he's walking back and forth, sizing all of you up. And he's looking, and he stops in the middle, and he's little escapes his lips, and he goes back, and he sits down and continues writing. And without looking up, he starts to speak again. I have positions still open. The work includes a 200-mile trip north, taking approximately 2 weeks to the Carnith Roadhouse. The way is hard and treacherous, and we do not frequently stop or for long, but the pay is good. 150 gold per person, 10 gold paid in advance, the rest paid upon completion of duties. All meals will be provided for you. There's no personal leave for the duration, so no cavorting in any random brothel or tavern. Any such dereliction of duties will end with the immediate termination of your contract and no further payment of services, regardless of how far you went before fucking it up. If you are killed honorably in duty...
Point, Thanak is looking at all of these fucking people that he's traveling with. Just like,
by the way, he is still writing. He hasn't even looked up at that. He's still writing while he's saying all this.
Tiny was looking down the whole time, making sure her cloak was hiding her face.
Fucking Tiny, god damn it!
If you are killed honorably in duty, we will send your agreed payment in full to any next of kin you provide in your signed contract. Consider this no different than a military conscription. I am your commanding officer, and any insubordination will not be tolerated. Your answer to me, and only me. You see him finish writing, and he seems to complete the last entry in the ledger, and he dumps the quill back in the inkwell, and he looks up. Is that understood?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Of course.
Very well. Before you sign the contracts and are underemployed, there's a small test you must pass. He snaps his fingers, and one of the guards steps over to a nearby wooden shed, and you see him pull out a sparring dummy. And he places it first in front of Mal.
Oh, God. Shit.
Uh,
Oh, God.
Mal,
Hold on.
spells probably count.
So
Yeah, I know,
this is just a sparring.
I suppose-
It's just a sparring dummy. It doesn't move. You know, it's just there.
or
So he just wants to see.
snake, the snake staff. It's pretty impressive.
He just wants to see what you got. And
Hold on.
this is you can click it and attack it and do whatever you want to it.
I'm trying to figure out what will work on a goddamn dummy.
Spells probably.
It's a fun.
Spells
I mean,
are
it has a stat block like anyone else. So
Oh, it has a stat block? Okay. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, there's a dummy. Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah. Mal just sees the dummy there, and as flamboyantly as possible. God, what the fuck would I do to a
Use the staff.
I don't know,
I'm
but you're gonna
fucking
do it
pure
flamboyantly,
support here,
maybe.
guys.
You have a staff. You have a snake. Can
Lars
use
can't use the Ader staff.
Don't you have like offensive spells at all? Like, do you have
No.
damage dealing spells? You have vicious mockery.
Yeah, I'm gonna insult a fucking dummy.
Yeah, do it.
Don't you have like a short, like a scimitar or something?
No.
Wilt
a
the
rapier.
fucking wood. By
I don't have a rapier either. I got rid of that.
Why? You have a dagger.
I mean,
at least?
you have
Oh
a
my
dagger,
God.
and you have a
I do have a
crossbow. You
dagger.
could take a few steps back. I can
You
move
have
it.
the cross.
Oh,
So
hold
you
on.
can
I
do-
got an idea. First, I'm gonna strum my fucking system and cast invisibility on myself.
Saturn.
Okay.
I don't care. It's a system. So all of a sudden, Mal's like, "Oh, of
Sister,
course,"
sister.
and you just see Mal disappear. What's wrong with my shit? Why can I not do my shit now?
Me when my shit's going wrong.
I don't know where my character went. Okay, cool. Anyway, cast
you wanted
invisibility.
you
literally
want invisible.
disappeared.
Oh, it did. Okay, I was like, cool. Cool. I cast invisibility, and then if it's like a thing where I get a couple turns, Mal's on the opposite end, and I'm gonna fucking shoot it with my hand crossbow.
Okay.
Give me a second. I don't attack things.
I
often.
think. Hold on. Let me move him back because I don't know. I don't know if it automatically gives you disadvantage for being in melee
Oh,
range.
sure.
So let me move it back for you.
Attack. There it goes. Normal. Since I'm invisible, that's advantage because they can't see me, and it's a dummy.
Yep. All right, hit. So the crossbow sticks in there. It is a sparring dummy, so you see it kind of has like the target lined up, and you don't get a bullseye, but it's pretty close to the center. And he's like, again.
You said again?
Mhm.
Okay, this time instead of going invisible, I'm going to cast fly on myself, fly 60 feet in the air, and do it again.
Okay.
Wait, aren't you still invisible?
No, it cancels as soon as I cast the invisibility.
Right, as soon as you hit something, yeah.
Yep.
Deal
That's right.
damage.
So, dirty 20 to hit.
Nice.
Good.
So
good.
just making a fucking show of this shit with a hand crossbow.
He nods his head. He's like, "Very well. That is good. It is appropriate." And then the guard moves it over in front of Tiny.
Okay. Tiny, still with her head down, not really looking up too much. She's going to take out her thorn whip. And she's going to hit the thorn with the thorn whip. Attack. I missed
And
the
it
dummy.
misses. Again.
All right, so I'm going to then change to my poison spray instead.
Oh no. How does it succeed on a god?
Because it's the poison spray is just a cantrip.
No,
Look at
no,
yours,
but like,
Dan.
how does it?
The only stat I put higher on the dummy, because it's a sparring dummy, it's durable, it's constitution. That is the only stat.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Everything else is like a min. It's just the constitution.
So it didn't do anything either?
No. He looks at you. He's
Tiny,
like,
try healing it.
fighting is not your forte, is it?
She's a good healer.
I can heal it. Do you want me to heal it?
Show me.
Okay. So she does cure wounds on it. I don't know what that does though. I just cast cure wounds on it.
It has hit points. It didn't show anything. Oh, yeah, I can. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't heal. You
Because
had it targeted.
Spell.
Oh, that's right. You're
'Cause
right.
it's a
You're
touch
right. I have to
spell.
get close
Oh, it's a
to
touch
it.
spell. Okay, yeah.
Okay. You're right.
There you go. You can add it if that used the first one used
Yeah.
spell
gotcha.
slot. You can add that back on.
Okay.
He's like, okay, so you can heal at least. That can come in handy. He snaps his fingers again. The guard moves it and puts it in front of Stevie.
Let's summon a Drake.
He's like, oh well.
Yeah, he's kind of useful. Let us actually. So Stevie is going to target and and I'm going to smack it with my flail.
Now watch Stevie smack it all on the floor.
Sorry, I just got this thing. I don't know. I don't quite know
Stevie
how to
got
use
performance
it
anxiety.
yet. And also, I just got the flail. I haven't used it before.
Yeah,
Just cracked yourself in the head with a flail.
Ah, oh.
kind of
let's
raises
try
an
that again.
eyebrow. He's like, maybe you should use a weapon you're more familiar with.
I traded my hand axe for it.
He doesn't know that.
Fuck!
Oh, good. I'm not the only one.
This is not looking well.
Have your Drake attack it.
Can we talk about how this made Mal look really good all of a sudden?
Can I just no.
How does it? What is this thing's AC? It's a sparring dummy. It's not moving out of the way.
Mal hit it!
Yeah, it's a fucking 19. No. This thing is a sparring dummy. It's not trying to move out of the way. It should not have that high of a fucking AC.
It's a sparring dummy. It
I
has a
tried to
high
hit
note.
I mean, even Thanak hit it.
Yeah,
Because I made my roll in case I wasn't back in
It
time.
wasn't even
yeah,
his
so-
turn yet.
Kismet's
So
just
he-
gonna sadly walk up to Stevie and just go, I'm sorry, and cast bless.
Ardra just kind of looks at you. He raises an eyebrow. He's like, just take a breather. And they moved the dummy over to Thanik.
I went ahead and made my roll in case I wasn't back in time. So an 18 Stephen L hits. Just so you're aware. Yeah, because I rolled an 18, and I did max damage on it. So I just sort of give Stevie this sort of sideways eye, like this is so strange of you, and then just sort of uppercut at it.
Well, hold on. What was the damage roll?
17.
17. Okay. Yeah, and so the dummy's you broke it in half. It's still there, but it's kind of hanging. And Ardra goes, okay then, next. And he moves it over to Kismet.
And at that, I just sort of look over at Kismet and say, give a little eyebrow. I was like, see, I can do stuff.
Yes, a dummy who doesn't move.
Indeed, it is helpful that it doesn't move. You're so observant.
Watch me fail this. Okay.
I need it. I fucking need it. So goddamn bad. Channel Fleur.
Okay. Get targeted.
Get fucked, dummy.
Get fucked.
I'm sure this is gonna be fine.
I'm gonna cast bless at level 2.
Okay.
So I can target both myself and Stevie.
Thanks.
I'm pretty sure bless you can target 3 people with, regardless.
No, it's each level is a person.
Are you making it apparent that you're casting it on Stevie as well, or are you trying to be slick about it?
I don't know why I try to hide it. So
Well,
holy, is it
I'm not saying it will or it won't, but if he's not very impressed and you're giving her aid to hit a dummy, it could make matters worse.
Okay, bye, Stevie.
No, again, I'm not saying don't do it or you should do it or do it. I'm just asking, what is Kismet? Is she being covert about it? Does she want to be blatant about it? Does she
Fucking sleight of hand behind your back, real heavy, big fucking gestures with this hand as you bless yourself, and then just a little behind your back of the Steve.
So, by the way, bless at level 1, you can target 3 people.
You can target 3 people at level 1?
Yeah, it's the same as Bane. It's 1 additional person per level.
Opposite Bane, you goober.
It's
Yeah, bless 3 people. Target 3 characters of your choice.
What is
And again, like I said, I didn't say that to discourage you from doing it. I was just saying you asked like why. would you
well,
do it? And I'm
bless
explaining why.
includes sparkling, like literally going like holy water. So it's not exactly easy to hide.
Holy water.
It's literally. I hope you do better next time. Fucking rah rah.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
you know, there's a little, if he's not looking at it, you know, there's a little, you know, whew, like this, or there's like, bless ya, you know, there's
I
Or be with you.
Especially since I did it earlier. I walked up to Stevie and like put my hand on her shoulder, and I had holy water on my hand when I touched her shoulder. And then I also touched myself. So I cast bless before this.
I'll allow it. Go ahead.
Hit that dummy.
I mean, I took my sword without advantage with my fighting.
Panic obviously noticed.
I mean, any sort of divine assistance you can bring into the equation is probably better for you, sure.
Yeah.
Standard roll. I don't know. Attack. What is it? It's a D4, right?
Yeah, it's D4.
Mm-hmm. I need this so fucking bad.
That's 14. You're right.
Again.
I haven't seen.
I missed it, yeah.
Oh, my fucking shit's not loading.
I asked the 14.
Everyone hates this goddamn.
He looks at you and he goes again.
Hold on.
You know, she's usually way stronger than that. I'm sure she'll hit it this time.
Oh yeah.
And he's looking at your armor and everything. He's like, I know you're from the Order, and I know you're more capable than this. Please, just don't be disappointing.
I'm gonna vow enmity this motherfucker.
Damn it.
And I'm gonna point at it and go, "Fuck you." And just that's my vow of enmity.
Advantage.
Give myself
when in doubt, overkill.
Yes.
That overkill.
Don't get me wrong. We know from the Kismet Thanak fight that advantage does not always help.
Okay.
There we go.
Nice.
Like I said, when in doubt, overkill.
You see Thanak.
Are you going to smite? Is the question.
Yeah, sure. And then I had a divine smite in there.
Eat the whole dick.
What is it? What's smite again? Give me a second. Where is
It's
it?
probably something you want to do through your sheet. It's probably not in the or it may not work right in the HUD.
Where the fuck is? There it is. It's a D8. I use first level spell for that. And that's a critical hit, right?
Yeah, it's critical.
A what? Yeah. Cradle.
Yeah.
So the sparring dummy explodes.
Sounds about right.
Pieces of wood and fabric go flying, hit everybody as it just disintegrates.
And then just like, cool guys don't look away from explosions.
And Ardra's like, he's like, listen, I said I expect better from you. We could repair damaged ones. This one's gone. Thank you. Now we have unnecessary. And he snaps and they grab another one. And he looks at Stevie. And he's like, if you're in a company of these people, I don't see any reason why you should not be able to do this. Just calm yourself.
She looks fucking pissed.
Stevie.
You have blessed. You have blessed.
Can you
I mean, he is trying to be inspiring. He's not
position?
trying to be insulting.
I don't care.
Hold on.
Fucking dummy.
Before anything else, before any rolls, Stevie, you're better than this. Calm your anger. You know what to do. Bardic Inspiration, because it's sly, because it's just talking. So add
I
a D8.
have a
Yes.
D4 and a D8.
A D8 if you need it. You can save it if you need to.
I'm gonna
Use
fucking
it whenever
fucking
you
go
yell,
for it.
Fuck you at
When
Arvid
in
after.
doubt, overkill. If Kismet's taught you anything.
Fun fact, if you fail, you keep the Bardic Inspiration dice now, because I have
By
that
the way,
feature.
while you're fighting this, you have like wood splinters all on your hair right now, Stevie, from Kismet exploding the.
Yeah, she doesn't care.
Picking them off of my armor, just going, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
And she missed.
Add the Bardic.
She did.
I did.
Hey, you
No.
have enough.
Yes,
Hey,
she missed.
you keep the Bardic Inspiration even if you fail. So you got it on the next hit still.
Do I still have the bless?
Yeah, bless
Yeah,
is-
it's
Yeah,
a
bless
concentration.
holds.
It's a concentration. You got this.
There you go. There you go, right there.
And my Drake's gonna add the infused strike, which is an extra D6.
Does that say you hit with a 34?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Jiminy
it does.
fucking Christmas.
That wasn't even a nat 20. That was a 15 I rolled. So that's 18 total damage.
Goddamn. Yeah. So yeah, the dummy's looking worse for wear, and he gives a little chuckle, and he walks up to you with his arms, behind his back. He's like, I've met many centaurs. Maybe it was just a bad day for you, but you're
See,
traveling with these folks.
I just got this flail. I'm still learning how to use it.
Don't make me regret the decision.
You won't.
God,
So he-
about new pairs of horseshoes? You have to
He steps back. He goes back to the table. You see him pull out 5 pieces of parchment standard contracts, and he puts the ink well out, and he's like, sign your names and any next of kin if you wish to.
I didn't even hear what Dylan said.
I said, you know what they say about new pairs of horseshoes? You have to break them in.
Oh my god!
I hate me so much.
I have rubbed off on you.
I hate you too. I hate you too.
My jobs have
I will.
rubbed off.
Hold on. I will allow Mal to roll a vicious mockery on Thanic's words.
Okay, who am I rolling it against?
Stevie.
Oh no, that was very much
No,
Dylan
no.
to Mickey more than it was Thanak to Stevie.
No,
I don't think
that's
Thanak would
that's
ever
real, like-
disrespect Stevie that way.
Mickey,
But if
Sometimes
Mickey
I
wants to
wish I
take
was-
1d4 of damage,
I have. I have taken 1d4 of psychic damage. Thank you very much.
hey, at least you didn't get embarrassed in the first round of a
6
tournament.
to be exact. 6 psychic
Oh,
damage
it's
to be exact.
2d4. Yep. I took 6 psychic damage.
Mickey did.
Thanks,
Yes,
Dylan.
but role
Yeah,
but
no,
role play it.
Mickey did.
You heard what Thanik said.
No. This
No,
was
no,
the-
that was Dylan to Mickey.
this
That was
was-
not
this
Thanak
was
to
not
Stevie. I would never
in-game. This-
disrespect
I-
him that way.
I have in real life taken 6 psychic damage.
Okay, so it was
Sometimes I wish
Dylan.
I was
Okay,
still-
so it was Dylan saying.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I
I
can
was
do
under the
it.
assumption that it was
Thanak
Thanik
would
saying,
never
okay.
disrespect Mom. that way.
okay.
Sometimes I wish I was
Damn
Floor,
right he
because I
wouldn't.
thought of a very funny, inappropriate comment that Kismet would never make, but Floor would.
Please say it. Just for
I'll tell you
posterity. Okay.
So he has the contracts out there for all of you to sign.
I'm gonna read all
As
of the
you-
fine print.
It's a standard contract. There's not gonna be anything. Everything he's told you is in there. It's just a standard labor contract as a thing. It's a high road charter company. They're a well-established, well-known company. And your boss at the order told you to meet him. So
Tiny signs her
never
names
know.
and writes Stevie's name as her kin.
Aw.
and
She just
Stevie's
quickly
with
does it.
you if she dies. That usually next of kin is people not here with you.
She just that's what she did.
Okay.
Weirdly enough, Thanak, aka Gorug, also signs his and also signs Stevie as his next of kin because I literally have no next of kin. All of my next of kin are buried in a fucking desert somewhere, so that's who it's going to.
I'm gonna say, yeah, this person. That's totally in my backstory. That does have a name.
As you guys are signing these, off to the
Stevie-
side where the cultists were, you
Sorry.
see a
Stevie
man
actually signs
in
Mal as her next of kin.
There you go.
Fucking Mal sitting back here with 3 people's gold plus himself. So if all he can do is fucking skitter out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, when Mal fills out his, he puts his next to kin as the Vadu orphanage.
Oh, I was about to say, please don't put Thanak because that's a vicious circle that's going to have a lot of fucking legal red tape around it that no one's going to figure out. Who
As
the
you guys
fuck is Thanak?
As you guys are signing contracts over by the cultists, you see a hooded man in red robes speaking to them, and they seem in good faith with each other. And he's speaking to them, and he kind of looks around, and you see him duck into one of the wagons.
That's not my game.
Yeah, it's unfortunate I used my fucking invisibility for that.
Ain't nothing scarier than a dummy, baby.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
I am not stealth.
Mm-mm.
Do I try?
Technically, I could be because I can get small.
Got a little bit of that disguised self in my
Do you-
life.
Just mechanically, does being that small give advantage on stealth?
No,
is
that's a
there
3 point.
glitter
That's a 3
fluttering
point.
off of her wings?
Sorry, too many of you were talking at the same time. What?
That's a 3.5 thing. Size doesn't do anything for stealth anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just
Also,
curious. That was
I'm
not
pretty
something I
sure.
considered.
I'm pretty sure that fairies drop glitter and sparkles off of their wings as they fly.
Yeah, they
Canon.
do.
And
And if
in
fairies don't, Tiny does.
in Tiny's case, it also includes syrup.
So
That's disgusting. Just
red-
like little syrupy bird shits everywhere. she flies.
With
That's
glitter.
horrible.
Syrup and glitter.
You
Sparkling.
definitely don't want to. You definitely don't want one of those to fall on your fucking windshield because it gets every fucking where.
Glitter.
It's like fucking sap.
I do have Misty Step if we want to try anything, but that's about all I got. That'll help in that.
you have to be able to see it though, with Misty Step.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, that's all I got. That'll somewhat
So
help. Everything else is
If
like
anyone
the
wants to give
bright
me,
light of the divine.
and
So is
unless
there
anyone
like
wants to
a,
give me 15 minutes to take off my armor and also cast Reduce on me, then
I can
think I'm
cast
out.
reduce.
Do we have 15 minutes? Because a 4-foot tall Thanak would be really fun.
Here's my big
You'll die like this.
Here's my
Oh,
main
I already
question.
have that fucking plan.
So here's my main
Let's take
question.
a pee break
Press break.
at this time. So
I gotta
we're in a good
pee.
spot here for a pee break. So we will take a intermission, and we will be back. right, we're back.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, so you see that red robe person, going kind of into the cultist wagon there, where they're all kind of just chilling out. It's about 11 a.m. at this point. Ardred, after he collects the contracts from you, he's like, "Well, we'll be leaving in the morning at 6 a.m. sharp. So make sure you're here at 6 a.m. and we will depart towards the Court Roadhouse. And you're free to do what you'd like, please." We can also
what
fast
time
forward
of
to the
day is
morning if
it?
you want. It's
It's
almost 11 a.m.
Tiny is looking around at the dummy that was blown up and grabbing like shards of like cloth.
Okay.
I mean,
We
like,
should probably grab Thanic's
scraps.
cloak, right? She should be done by now, right?
It's done already.
Mhm.
It was
Oh,
done.
I'm
Right,
wearing.
no, we didn't. We left.
Yeah, you left
Before
And
it
then
was
you're-
done.
Right.
Yes, we left before it was done, so he could go finish it without us standing over his shoulder.
I attacked that thing without my cloak. I trusted you fuckers.
Don't worry, you used a different name. I have no
He's-
idea.
Yeah,
Danik
that's
used his-
totally fine. There's
Danik
so
used-
many Goliaths running around in plate armor. You're correct, Kismet. Thank you.
As you guys notice, like I said, the cultists seem to be like kind of. There's only a couple of them out there, and they seem to be busy doing their own things, so they have not like looked over. And
So
noticed
did we get
anyone.
our 10 gold already then?
You get that in the morning when you leave. You gotta make sure
Okay.
you show up for work.
Thanak speed walks, now understanding the situation that he's maybe put everybody in. Speed walks like a 6-year-old who is about to shit their pants over to the cloak maker again to collect his cloak so that he can be Gorug the Masked.
That is oddly specific.
But you know exactly what fucking walk I'm talking about.
No, I do.
Yeah,
Oh, I
and you
Rest
go
of
over
it
there,
is
and
me, baby.
Jamna's right there, and she's like, "Well, look who's back."
You're right, your friend Gorug Thunakalathi.
Koreg.
Yes, Gorug, and you shan't insult my name as such going forward. We've met before, and this has never been a problem.
No problem, Goo Goo.
Google it is. I will accept that for anonymity. Thank you very much. Now, if I could have my cloak, please, kind sir.
He's like, yes, the big boy. Yes, he hands you your cloak and the one for. Well, I think he already handed everything.
Yeah,
else
Tini
cloaks.
got her cloak already.
It was just
As
Thanik said he was finishing
I put it on, I sort of like get my bearings, having literally never worn a cloak before, and I just sort of look down at Jamna again and just say, "I could smother you with this cloak.
it. Try it, big guy.
Give me one chance, darling, one chance, and I'll sort of not speed walk back to my friends."
Did we hear and or see that?
And as you're walking away, she goes, "Good things Good thing those cloaks hide how tall you are."
And I have never been in a cloak before, so the only way that I know to walk in a cloak have been via cloaked figures who don't want to be found. So I'm doing the whole like scribes, like hands inside the cloak, out in front of you, walk as I walk back to the party, because that's the only way I know.
Thanik,
So-
put your hands down.
I assume
Conspicuously inconspicuous.
Now
That's what you're
this is
doing.
the best way to walk, because even my hands are covered now. There's one
No,
who can
that is so
recognize me.
conspicuous.
You look
People are gonna
stupid.
notice.
I look
Yes.
like an acolyte. I look like
No.
someone who's studying something.
You look
What
like
are you
somebody who's
studying?
trying to hide
What are you studying?
things.
I'm studying your god, thank you very much, as well as others that I may not have heard of before.
Yeah.
You
So
look like you're
acolyte.
trying to hide something.
It's literally
That's what
the
you-
definition of acolyte. Thank
Yeah,
you
but you
very
haven't been
much.
doing it for
Wow.
long enough.
That doesn't mean that I don't earn the title. You earned the title on day 1. That was yesterday. This
don't.
is day 2. I'm a
No,
day
you
2
don't.
acolyte of your god.
Since when are you an acolyte?
That's what I'm saying.
For all the time that I needed to be cloaked,
Cloaked.
which is 60 seconds.
Thanik, You hold your hands like this, people are going to notice. It is conspicuous. You look like you're hiding something. Don't do that.
People are going to notice that I'm studying something. Trust
I
me.
attempt to throw a pebble at Thanik, and when it doesn't make that ting, Mal is instantly just saddened. Because it hits the cloak.
Because there is no ting, I don't even notice for the first time in weeks.
Thanik, you look like an idiot.
That is.
I'm not saying you are.
Have you ever seen married couples where the man is about to say something and then he holds his tongue out of kindness and out of respect for the relationship and the woman's feelings towards what he will say? This is that instant.
Just don't hold your hands like that and we don't have any problems.
Just hit the dummy next time.
Jamna
just
saunters
sort of
over.
Oh, behold! Just fucking scooter poops over towards Mal. This is the first time that Thanik has ever sought Mal for protection.
She just kind of glares after him, just like.
Mal makes like
I'm counting on you.
Giggling,
Mal
Jamna
makes eye
does walk
contact with
over and she's
Stevie.
like, "Oh, behold, the scholar of letters in his mighty height."
Who are you?
The scholar of letters. You must have me confused with another
Who am I?
studious
Who are you?
Goliath.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Tiny is just standing
I
there with her head
asked
down,
first.
looking at her book, just flipping through the magic.
Is it
pages.
Jamna?
Yeah.
Kismet, her name's Jamna. She's half butthole, half protector. I haven't decided which one is 5149.
Oh, you think you're smart, huh?
I think
You
I'm
think you're
very
smart.
smart, actually. Thank you.
You think you're smart? Yeah, I'm sure you do.
You are half a butthole.
Oh, okay, keep it up. Keep it up, big guy. Keep it up. She poked-
You protected me and then turned around 2 days later and set us up against one of the Zendarum idiots that we very easily took care of.
Excuse
Thank you
me?
very much. Half butthole.
Excuse me, darling. Excuse me. You calling the Zentam idiots? Excuse me.
I'm calling them buttholes. Same as you. You're half a butthole. You're on very thin ice.
All right, and you're a full butthole, and you stink like one.
I've been told that before.
Right at this
guess-
moment, Jamna, I tend to agree with you.
It's okay. It's okay, darling. I'll keep watching over his back, just like the rest of y'all, because we know how dumb he is. It's all right. And she just kind of saunters away.
He's not dumb, but he does a good impression of it.
However, a gnomish Dolly Parton would look like. That's what she's doing as she saunters away.
Mal's just been sitting on a bench watching this madness, like, and then he's just looking over at the the super suspicious, obviously red hooded guy over in his trailer, like
Standing on a bench, as you usually do with benches.
no, sitting on a bench.
Which
are you
back to the sort of prime directive? Are any of you fuckers
Yeah.
going to follow that man, that person?
Well, none of us
I don't wanna
really,
assume the
unless
gender.
someone
If
is
we're
better
on
at
that point,
sneaking
I was
than
going to
me
ask a
wants
couple
to-
questions. If we're on, then I had a couple questions I was going to ask.
Sure.
Because you said you went into a wagon, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is the wagon like guarded? Like are there people on all sides, or is it just a?
I mean,
wagon?
there's cultists around it. Yeah.
Okay. Fuck. Okay. I have an idea. First things first.
I mean, you said you were looking at him and stuff. Were you looking
we
to do like a
could-
perception check or something?
If someone distracted the guards, I could misty step my way over there.
I can make you smaller.
I have a plan.
Go ahead.
My plan. I'm just gonna try and act like I own the place and walk in and not walk in, but walk over, see if I can get a better look. And if the cultists find me, I have a plan where I may just lead them away. I can take care of that. And if that happens, then you do your thing, Kismet. How's that sound?
The only thing I want to bring to this discussion, more for Kismet than anyone else, I'm not trying to point any fingers at Malamos, as he is a friend of mine. However, the last time that there was a gathering of cultists that you thought it would be a great idea to walk into, somehow there was an exploded wagon. There was a fellow tall person such as myself that died as a repercussion of your mishandling of the situation. And somehow you did indeed make it out with your life, but there were inquiries afterwards. So all I'm saying is it sounds like a very good idea. In execution, we have had problems before.
And Fleur and Thanik were also brought up on charges later that they killed the guy.
Fleur wasn't even there.
Well, Fleur's dead, so half the problem's gone. So we're there. Mal does not say that. Bryce
Don't get me
does.
wrong. As I've said from the beginning, this whole sneaky deaky Inquisition business is very much not my style. So, Malamos, if things go awry and you'd like for me to shadow you as cultists lead you away, or as you lead cultists away, that's perfectly fine. Because honestly, a few more that we don't have to deal with down the road benefits me greatly because I get to be the one that kills them.
Yeah, Thanik, I think you are correct. I think if Malamos does have to lead some cultists away, you should go with him.
I mean,
And
I can
just to give you guys a lay of the land.
Rainstorm to kind of help hide you guys.
Did you say Druidcraft or Rainstorm?
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Druidcraft cannot do a very big rainstorm if it can. It can make like a cloud above someone's head, I think, at the best. It's a cantrip.
While she's looking,
Yeah,
just to give you guys a lay of the land.
Wait.
Remember, this is a very high traffic area. There's a lot of people walking to and fro, back and forth. And this area where the cultists are, like I said, is in front of warehouses where they're loading and unloading wagons. And there's a couple cultists milling around their wagons. The rest are probably inside the wagons or right just around it or in the warehouses, helping getting materials and stuff. So it's a high traffic area. It's not like a sneaky area. Let's just put it that way.
Point of clarification: Druidcraft can predict the weather. It cannot change the weather.
So it affects manufacturing. So it's a golden orb.
Well, so it's you create a tiny harmless sensory effect that predicts what the weather will be at your location for the next 24 hours.
It says predicts the weather.
You're not actually changing the weather.
I did think if you could do that with Druidcraft, the idea of you Druidcrafting a small rainstorm over the red tea.
That was pretty cool. Yes.
Right.
And you going the Wicked Witch of the West and all, I'm melting is fucking
And when it says it might manifest, what it tells you is like if it's clear skies, it'll be a gold orb. If it's snowflakes, or it could be a cloud for raining.
Okay.
So it basically turns into something to tell you what the weather is going to be, to predict the weather.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay.
other alleyways.
Prestidigitation could create a little rain cloud above someone's head.
Are there alleyways that seem to be less populated than the main thoroughfares?
Are there alleyways?
That's a longer question.
Mr. Longo?
Yeah.
Where they're at?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
So it's like a market area, or it's kind of like that general idea. There's wagons. This dude went into his own wagon that has a couple cultists by it, but are we talking like 2 cultists, 12 cultists?
There's like 3 that are right outside the wagon.
Oh, yeah.
I can work with this. I can work with this. Okay, cool. Before anything, I will cast Enhance Ability on myself, Cat's Grace, to give myself advantage on Dexterity.
I can, Malamos, real quick. I can make a distraction in the form of a loud sound or something like that.
Hold on to that. We may not need it. Like I said, I want to do this as silently as possible. I have a backup plan in case it goes south. Hold on to it for that situation, preferably.
All right. So Stevie's going to hold on to thaumaturgy in case it looks like things are going south.
Okay.
She's going to create ominous whispers in the ears of people that like to distract people who might be.
But you're not doing it.
That's a hold action. Right.
Yeah, I'm holding this
going
action.
to go like if we were I don't know necessarily cardinally where we're talking, but if we're all facing north, then I'm going to go walk about 60 feet west and just sort of like flick Bryce on the shoulder or flick fucking Mal with his names on the shoulder as I head that direction to let him know to head that way if need be, because I'll fucking scare the shit out of some people.
Cool. Okay. So once we're all set up and kind of in position of what we're doing, the idea here is Mal isn't going to like fucking walk up to the thing. He's going to like, if there's crowds or different people that aren't cultists, he's going to like try and social blend and then just at first monitor the area. And then when he sees an opening, kind of duck in. And if there's a window, peek in through the window, see if he can see what's going on. If not, like try and listen through kind of deal.
In what, like the warehouse, like
behind
where they're at, or?
Wherever. So did the dude walk into a warehouse or a wagon?
Wagon.
Okay, the wagon where that fucking red rope dude did. Because that dude's like fucking.
Yeah, they got their wagon. It's in front of, like I said, it's in front of some of the warehouses where they're loading and unloading. So where you see their wagons at, you see some other wagons. There's people loading and unloading wagons, and there's a warehouse that has like the big, giant double barn doors that's open in the warehouse where they're bringing stuff in and out. It's like lumber and construction supplies and stuff like that.
Yeah, purely just trying to get information without I'm not diving into anything. I'm just trying to social my way to the wagon that the red robed dude went into. If I can see through a window, peek in there. If there's not a window, like go as close to a door as I can.
Yeah, they're covered wagons, so the only way you can see in there is through the flaps in the back.
Okay, I would maybe try and like peek in a little bit, but not too much. Mm-hmm. Like maybe an eye.
Okay.
And I have dark vision, so I'll be able to see in there.
Yeah. So are you're trying to do
Yeah, like social stealth is the best way to do it. Like not like just crouching down like trying to sneak, but like join in with crowds as I can.
I get that much. But you're trying to use stealth?
I'm using stealth.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, so go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Yep, and I've got advantage on that because I did the spell thing. Advantage.
Whoa, nat 20.
Disappears.
Disappears, man. He is. You're going between all these help people back and forth, and it's like you look like you're with one guy. Next thing you know, you're behind another one. Next thing you know, you're over here. Next thing you know, they have no idea you're there.
This is what happens when Mal doesn't drink, guys.
So you get yourself within a position. There's a couple barrels nearby. So you get yourself and you're behind the barrels, and you're about less than 10 feet away from the end of the wagon, so you can kind of see inside there.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to information gather, trying to figure out what this dude's deal is, stuff like that.
Yeah, so you can see inside there. So now perception check on looking at him inside the wagon and stuff.
I should have thought about that. Nope. I'm really good at some things, guys, but I'm really bad at others.
Shoo-wee, bub.
So you're looking at him, and it's dark in there. It's like the sun was there, but then where you realize where you positioned yourself, it's on the other side of the wagon, and suddenly it's all shadowed inside there. So all you can really make out is he looks like a cultist, but his robes are red.
Can he hear anything?
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
No, there's people loading wagons nearby. You hear lumber slack being slammed into wagons and all this stuff. So you don't hear anything.
God damn it! Do I do this?
Rock and roll, duder. It's about to be Christmas break.
That's what I mean.
And the stealth got you to those barrels. If you're gonna do any kind of movement or anything going closer nearby, it's gonna be another stealth check.
Okay, so I'm about 10 feet from the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
There's barrels.
You're behind the barrels, so they don't see you back there.
Shit. Well, fuck, I'm already this far. I got backup plans just in case. I would like to just try and stealth closer. If I can see which way he's facing, I won't be on his backside, I guess is the best way to do it, if possible. Just to stealth closer, just to peek my head in at this point, see if I can get a better view.
So you want to stealth closer to the entrance of the wagon?
Yes, attempt that.
Okay. So you get an idea of the lay of the land. There's the barrels.
Get barrels.
There's 10 feet of open space.
Okay, I see where you're going.
Then the wagon.
I see where you're going with this. I see where this is going with it.
And there's those three cultists in that area near the opening of the wagon. One's on the side of the wagon. One's near the front of it. One's just off to the other side of it.
Okay. If I can pinpoint where Stevie's at, I want to cast message and say, distract the cultists. I'm going to try and get closer.
And she'll
because I have the cantrip.
Nice. I'll start those ominous whispers in their ears.
Okay. What are you saying? Just ominous whispers. Unintelligible.
Yes, unintelligible. Kind of.
Partial tongue.
I'm trying to see what. I want it to sound kind of draconic, but actually not draconic.
partial
Oh fuck! They got a vision from Tina.
Right, so like it's not actually Draconic, so like they won't be able to understand what it is, even if they do speak Draconic. But it sounds kind of related, like maybe trying to make it sound more ancient if I can.
Do I
Does
see
it
you
now?
casting the
does it-
thaumaturgy?
Probably.
Because I can go prestidigitation and start like adding weird wind next to their faces. Get spooked.
Spook.
Now my question is, as far as these hearing these, does it sound like it's like all around them, or does it feel like it's coming from a certain direction?
All around them, like
All
and
around them.
on this weird wind that Kismet is producing.
Okay.
Yeah, Mel's just waiting for like them to walk away, and then also they're just gonna get scared and not move.
Yeah, I know, right?
Don't worry, I have a plan. If none of them move.
Tiny's just sitting on the bench that Mel was sitting on before. Just kind of staying in place.
Okay, so like I said, there was one that was near the opening, cultist, and there was one kind of on either side of the wagon. The one in the opening, you see him. He walks about 20 feet away from the wagon. To the if you're facing the back of the wagon, he moves 20 feet away from it to the right side of it. Okay, away and to the right. The one on the right side of it follows that one and goes about 13 feet away. And the one on the left side, which is closer to the barrels, moves 9 feet laterally. Not towards the barrels, but just 9 feet away from the wagon that way. So you have an opening kind of in a cone shape from the barrels and where those other guys went to 20 feet and 13 feet away. You kind of have a cone shape that can lead an open space there. And their backs are turned to that cone area.
Yeah, as soon as I see that opening, again, social stealth, just like casually walking, not running, not doing anything like that, but keeping a good pace, trying to get to that entrance, and quickly, discreetly poke my head and see what I can see, and then keep going.
Okay. Now you are going by the wagon. He's in there, so I need a stealth check for that.
Yep. And this spell lasts for an hour, so I assume that's still good.
Yep.
Yes.
Surely to Christ, this hasn't taken an hour.
He's been under those barrels for 40 minutes. What has he been up to?
Fucking 2 times.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I can't see shit, but no one can see me.
He rolled a 5, so perception. So he's oblivious in there right now. All right, so you look in there. You get a little bit closer look at this man, and you confirm he's a man, at least from what you can tell by looking. He has red robes, and he's in there. He's getting kind of warm. You see him. He kind of just lifts the hood back a little bit, and as he does this, you see that he had kind of a wool cap underneath it to try to conceal himself a little bit as well, and it has neck flaps. And he takes it off, and when he takes it off, you see that his head is shaved, and his head is tattooed. So there's quite a few tattoos on there to go along with the red robes.
And then, is there anything in the, like, from this quick peek, do I see anything, like, immediately interesting in that wagon with him? Like, is there a shrine, anything interesting?
No, you don't see anything in there other than him sitting in there, just, a couple crates. There's nothing of note other than that. It just looks like he's, like, in there just chilling.
And nothing that I can quickly pinch either? Like, nothing that's, like, quickly
No.
like, grab it. Okay. Yeah, and then after I see that...
You would have to... There's crates and anything you would... If there was anything you saw, you'd have to go into the wagon.
Yep, exactly.
Grab
Which I'm not... Grab another candlestick. Yeah, at this point, I've kind of gathered as much as I can. He's just sitting there being quiet. He's not giving me anything. I just keep going. Get out of there.
Yeah, he doesn't notice you leave or anything. Just as you depart, the other cultists kind of just come back again, confused, not knowing what was going on.
Oof, that was Spooky. If they hadn't walked away, one of them would have pissed their pants.
Eventually, after we all reconvene, okay, guys, upon further inspection, I can confirm he has head tattoos. Very nondescript, wears red robes. Based on just appearances, probably a mage of some sort of higher up, but he wasn't talking. There was nothing of note in that trailer or wagon.
It's a trailer.
It's a wagons, the medieval trailer.
Which is there? I'm assuming it's Stevie, but isn't Stevie like kind of the resident historian, sociologist, if you will?
I mean, she's traveled a lot.
I've also traveled a shit ton.
I have proficiency in history.
Something I will do then, just to kind of help out with this.
Vanek has proficiency in history.
This dude looks religious or something, and I've got minor illusion and image of himself, of the dude I just saw.
Yeah. What I'm saying is between the three of you, basically, what I'm saying is that tattoos usually have cultural meaning. So between the three of you, decide amongst yourselves, RP-wise, who would have more of an interest in that or have knowledge in that too.
Stevie wouldn't have much knowledge or interest in that at all. She is more interested in dragons, and she doesn't really spend a lot of time around civilizations.
Yeah, and at least Goliaths have tattoos.
Right. So Thanik might know more about that.
I think I might know of it just based off the fact that I've met a shit ton of people, but if anything, it'd be most helping Thanik think of what it was, but I wouldn't have.
And I can minor illusion like an exact of what this dude looked like.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, I kind of figured that. All right, so if Thanik wants to do, I would say, go ahead and give me a history roll.
Does anything that these guys are doing count as a help action or just straight?
You're asking them.
I would consider my minor illusion a help action because it's like a fucking visual there.
Tiny will put her hand on you and give you guidance, which gives you an additional 4d to your ability checks.
42.
For what?
No, a D4. Sorry.
I was like, what?
A D4.
Dude,
first Tiny can change the weather. Now we can add a 42.
Flip 4 quarters.
So with the 1d4 and
advantage
a Mal's PowerPoint presentation, that's a 23.
All right, so you're looking at this illusory image of the man in the tattoos, and with the 23, you instantly recognize them from your travels, and you know that these tattoos are of a race of people called Thayans, and they are kind of reclusive, but you also know that many of them are expatriated because they had to flee their country when a lich named Zaz-Tam seized control. So it's not strange to see them all over Faerun, especially the Sword Coast. But they're not the most common, and they're kind of secretive.
Have I met any before? Just off chance.
Well, a history check wouldn't tell me if you've met any before. No, I wouldn't say you've met them like you know them. You've seen them, you've come across them, and you've heard of the lore of what's happened to them, and that is about it. You do know that there are wizards that have come. There are some Thayans that are wizards.
So I relay all of that, and I say to Mal, did he seem more of the magic type or more of the martial type?
I didn't see any. Like, the dude's just in straight robes and like no armor, nothing, right? Like, I didn't see weapons or anything in there.
No.
I would assume so, based on the fact dude wasn't carrying any armors, and most of these cultist dudes, they carry something on them in a way of protection. That dude, unless he's just like a dude who is really confident in his martial physical abilities, which he looked personally not to me that way, I'd classify him as a wizard. That's purely
here's the thing. There's a guy with a bunch of tattoos that is sitting in the wagon. I can go and talk to him, or we can leave him be and watch him.
Well,
we are all moving in the same direction, to be completely fair, so it won't be difficult to watch him.
I think watching him is better at this point.
And we were kind of told to keep to surveillance rather than more conspicuous means of gathering information.
And I hate it so much, but I understand.
Hey, we can burn it down right now. I'm down.
I mean, if we're lucky, Thanek, watching always leads to some kind of violence, because usually they do something wrong at some point.
Well, first of all, you just called me by the name of my father, Thanek. My name is Gorg. Second
from the back, from far away, you hear "Go go."
I'll just stick with Sweetie.
You know, I've answered to that more than once. That's fine. So yeah, that's fair. I do think at some point in time, this seems like the kind of person that we will come into contact with at some point. So I do want you all to be prepared that the fact that they are few and far between, but oftentimes seasoned, I suppose, for lack of a better phrase. This is not one to be trifled with in the sense that we should go into any sort of potential future combat lightheartedly. Much like if you were to attack our friend Kismet here, as we found. You don't do that with unabashed shamelessness. So just be prepared if we do find ourselves in that sort of position. We need your best day, Stephen L.
Anyways, should we figure out what we're gonna do for lodgings tonight?
Just
you guys remember you have free lodgings with the order.
Yeah.
As long as you're
sleep at the order.
Right.
We have a place to stay.
Yeah.
Hard to remember. It seems like almost a month ago that we last talked about.
Yeah, no, and also I forgot we're still in that same city.
Man, it is only 11:05 now. After that, too. Let's go get lunch, and speed past this day. Unless there's something else someone wants to do.
We still get free food at that.
Yes.
You ordered that certificate.
Lunch here, eat here. Maybe even Kismet can show us around some of these sorts of places since we have essentially a free day.
Sure.
Montage episode.
We walk to the lunch place.
A second shopping episode in a row.
I don't know. I don't have any shopping I actually need to do, so I don't have.
Or hear me out. It's almost midnight, 1 a.m. Could stop here. Begin.
And then
when we arrive another month
north.
from now, we will be
I'm planning on being here next week.
I'll be
here.
I won't be here. I'll be in North Carolina, but here on the internet, I will be here.
So
are you taking your awesome
fucking
guard behind you with you?
No.
Yeah,
we could roleplay for another 20 minutes.
We're not doing it. We're not doing anything until Christmas Eve, the 24th. So the 20, and Marie's off too.
I'm off that day.
So we
do have an early morning on the 24th. Remember, we have to be at my brother's house at 10.
Yeah.
Oh, then you can play till midnight and still have
play till 2 a.m. It's no big deal.
It's the same, babe. It's the same time you'd be getting up if you're going to work. So you'll be fine. And me, I always get up. So
I'm the problem child when it comes to that.
But yeah, probably a good spot to end and then just pick up at like 6 a.m. in the morning or something, meeting up with those guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. I was like,
no,
2 days in a row, dude. Hell yeah.
That's like 4 a.m. for me. Fuck no.
So are we going to sleep right now, or what are we doing right now then?
We're just gonna fast forward.
Going through the day.
Yeah. By the time the next session, it'll be a long rest. It'll be the next day. So you can, if you want to hit long rest now, you can. But
doing it, I need my spells
tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm gonna have Teeny is going to do her rest, and then she's gonna read her book and change her spells up.
Okay, there you got it. There you go.
Right, clerics are prepared.
All makes total sense. See, I didn't hit that dummy without any with any sort of modifier or additional.
Fennec's like,
ability
I don't have to
on
prepare
those
anything
sides,
for
so
next day.
I literally,
my
if I didn't care about a point of exhaustion, I just went to sleep.
I think I technically used my because I get a thing to how often can I summon my Drake? I forget.
We're
I think
all
it's
long
once
rested.
per day.
Yeah, we're all long
yeah.
rested, so it doesn't matter. So
Yeah, no, I was just
And-
I didn't mark it off, and I need to remember to do that next time.
And the
It
trip,
was
the trip,
worth my point.
this 200-mile trip north is not going to be like the first leg. There's not going to be.
Oh, okay.
It's
There's gonna be
yeah.
5
There
tribes
might
together.
there might be like one event that happens in between, but we're going to get to Karnet quickly.
Okay, so I should have my spells that I want for tomorrow prepared before we get here, then, right?
Before next week, yes.
Yeah, next
Sounds
session.
like
All
a
right,
plan.
I'll work on that. That'll be my homework.
Yep.
So I want to change
Less
up my
spell is
spells.
best. Less spell is the best spell.
I have
Well,
And
there's-
I will say this. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you guys want to or not, but like, if you wanted to like find a shop that has potions and stuff like that, or anything like that you wanted to get before you left, you can. We don't have to physically role play it. and go
I still have
through
3
this.
healing potions, so I'm solid with that.
However, Stevie decides that my winnings need to be spent, or my almost winnings need to be spent, is valid by me.
I have 2 healing potions. I'm fine,
Okay.
and we
I
have
have-
we have healers. So
I have healer's hands, or whatever the fuck they're called.
Lay on
Lay
hands.
Cool. Lay of hands.
on hands.
I forgot you guys had that many potions. So
We haven't really needed them because
because we have healers.
thank
Yeah,
you
we
for
have-
reminding me that you haven't needed them, Bryce. Thank you.
you're welcome. No, because
maybe we'll change that.
Hey, Mal's whole thing is he shuts down combat or he debuffs. You could kill Mal easily. He is not hard to kill.
No, I know.
He is
'Cause I almost
It's
Probably-
got
getting
him.
into Mal. It's
Those
getting
doppelgangers
He's
into Mal.
almost got
probably
him.
the easiest to kill.
Yeah.
No, I think
Because
Fleur
that
was.
the first.
Well, Floor's gone now.
Right.
I mean,
Fleur
Teeny's
was
not.
Fleur's the
Teeny's
easiest to
squishy.
kill in the sense that she be dead.
Oh, you have more
Yeah.
hit points than I do.
Teeny's
Yeah, but I
got-
think,
well,
Fleur has more to.
51.
Fleur had more to defend herself. Fleur's
actually dead.
Barks.
Yeah,
So-
Fleur's actually
Fleur had
dead.
more. Fleur had more to defend herself, but Fleur lost the will to live, and therefore
Yes,
she had
yes.
little to defend herself with.
I point
Yes,
out again,
yes.
Mal's main forms of defense are a hand crossbow and a dagger, and it's
And Thanak, hiding
Basically,
behind one of my
Fleur's
thighs.
goddess got tired of her. So
Oh no!
Brutal. Jesus.
the stars didn't care for Fleur anymore.
Oh my god!
oh, but that's fun. yeah.
Anyways,
Good night, people.
We'll have some fun with this. But we're at so we're moving along, guys. This is chapter 5.
how many chapters are in Hoard of the
40.
Dragon Queen?
We're in the there's 8.
Oh wow!
There's 8 chapters. You guys are basically smack dab in the middle of 5. And chapter 8, I mean, it probably will take a while to finish chapter 8, but chapter 8 is literally just like endgame. You know, it's like the big boss, big dungeon. That's all chapter 8 is.
So wait, we're level 6 right now.
Yeah.
And we're on chapter 5. How many more
Right.
levels
I gave you
go
guys
before
kind
we
of
get
an
to
extra.
8?
No, I gave you guys actually an extra level. It's actually supposed to be a level per chapter, so you should actually.
But the Hoard of the Dragon Queen is supposed to be 1 to 8, but because of the extra level, it's actually 1 to 9.
Right, but the one level doesn't count. Like when you look at it, I think it says, I forgot which chapter. There's one chapter where it says you don't level up if you're doing milestone. But I don't worry about it because for me, it's like if you guys
You can
get
still balance
a
the
level ahead.
encounters.
Exactly. All I do is just buff up the monsters another level. That's all. So it's not that big of a deal.
Level 9.
Yeah.
So we're
But,
gonna
yeah.
we're gonna get
Go
to only level 9 by the time we have to do we're
8.
gonna be at level 8 when we have to do the monsters.
8.
The
Nah,
boss.
fuck that. If he's just gonna buff up the monsters, we'll be level 20 here in about a month or so.
But like at the end of this chapter, there's not gonna be a level up at the end of this one because you guys are already there. And then then I'll do it at the end of chapter 6. I'll do a level up, and then in chapter 7 I'll do a level up. And
Like,
then
yeah,
when
So
that's
we're
done-
going to level 8.
level 8 with Hoard of Dragon Queen, and then
Fuck
we'll
yeah.
then we'll get Tiamat, Rise of Tiamat, and do that.
Can't wait to Sentinel Tiamat.
Which is the
Sentinel.
sequel. But,
Hey, my favorite.
all right,
rule
but let
on
me end the
Milestone-
stream. Thank you guys for watching.
All right,
and
hang
hello,
out work
President, you
tomorrow.
came on
Night,
again.
guys.
Hello. Thank you for joining us again, and until next time. So say we all. Oh yeah, so we'll be back next Friday for Hoard of Dragon Queen. No Tuesday campaign next week, but we'll be doing Hoard of Dragon Queen next Friday. So thank you again,
Yes,
and until next time. So say we all.